podcast. Your host, Dr. Kelly Ray, is a renowned mindset coach and counselor, often referred to as the inner critic tamer. With a passion for guiding individuals through life's challenges, she specializes in personal growth and emotional healing. In each episode, Dr. Kelly Ray shares invaluable insights, practical strategies, and relatable stories designed to inspire you to take that first step toward positive change. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and get ready to dive deep into meaningful conversations that empower you on your journey. Let's welcome Dr. Kelly Ray.
Hey there, welcome back to the Getting to the Week podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kelly Ray, and if this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy your visit here. There's this conversation that's been building in me over the last week and a half or so. And it's not been something that I've read or not something that I've studied, but something I've noticed. And that's what I want to start with today, is this whole conversation we're going to have. Some of you know this about me and some of you may not, but part of my work is that I do very hands-on work. I work physically with people through body work. And it gives me a very different lens into what people are experiencing. Because here's the thing, people can tell you, oh, I'm fine, but their nervous system tells me something completely different. And this past week, 2 weeks, it's kind of been slowly building into something, and I've noticed that there's been this gradual shift. My clients who normally love to talk during their sessions were quiet. Not in that peaceful, relaxed, I'm finally resting kind of way, but in a different way. A heavier way. An exhausted way. It wasn't just one person either. It was almost every single one of them. Different ages, different backgrounds, different lifestyles, yet same energy. Quiet, drained, like their systems just didn't have anything extra to give. And I remember having this moment where I paused and I thought, this isn't just a long week. This is something a little deeper. So I started paying closer attention, not just in my sessions, but in conversations, in the energy of people around me, in the tone of what people are sharing. And what I realized is this. There's a level of exhaustion right now that isn't coming from one big thing. It's coming from everything. If you look around, whether you're here in the United States or globally, there's just a lot in the air right now, right? And if we're honest, we could say there's been a lot in the air for a while, but people are thinking about, the cost of everyday life, the disruptions right now in travel and plans, and also with rapid changes in technology, specifically with AI. There's a lot of, I'm going to say noise, but conversation, fear, all of those things around that. And quite honestly, questions about what the future looks like. And none of these things on their own might feel like the thing, but together they create a constant background noise. And that's the part that matters. Because it's not just what's happening. It's the constant stream of things happening. The constant awareness, the constant input, the constant low level of what if. And here's something most people don't realize. Your nervous system doesn't filter that logically. It doesn't say, oh, that's just a headline. Oh, nah, that doesn't affect me directly. Or, oh, I'll just deal with that later. It responds automatically. So when you're exposed to that level of input day after day, without enough space to reset, your body starts to shift. At first, it looks like you feel a little more on edge. You're checking your phone more. You're reacting faster than you normally would. Maybe your patience is shorter. Maybe your mind feels busier. Then it shifts into this. You feel wired but tired. You have trouble relaxing. Sleep doesn't feel as restorative. You're still going, but it feels harder, a little more challenging. And eventually, it becomes something quieter, something heavier. You feel more tired than usual. You feel less talkative. You feel less interested in engaging. You feel like your capacity has just dropped. And this is exactly what I'm seeing in my clients. Not disinterest, not disengagement, depletion. And I want to pause right here and say something really important. If this is you right now, there's nothing wrong with you. Your body is doing exactly what it is designed to do. At some point, it simply says, I can't keep operating at this level of input and output. So it conserves. It quiets. It pulls back. But here's the part that we don't talk about enough. What happens when this just becomes your normal? Because a lot of people, it doesn't feel urgent. It just feels like I'm tired. I've had a long week. Ugh, I just need to catch up. But when this continues, week after week, month after month, it starts to shape your life in a way that are easy to miss at first. I see this a lot. Someone will come in and say, I don't know what's wrong. I just don't feel like myself lately. And when we start talking, it sounds like I don't have the same energy I used to have. Or little things just, it just feels like a lot. Or I just kind of feel off. I can't really put my finger on it. And then it goes a little deeper. I don't really want to go out like I used to. I feel drained after conversations. I just don't want to talk to anybody after work. I just want to be by myself more. And again, that's not because they don't care. It's because their system is overloaded. Over time, this doesn't just affect energy. It affects capacity. Capacity for patience. Capacity for connection, for creativity, for presence. I've seen people who are normally very engaged, very warm, very connected, start to feel more reactive, snapping more easily, getting irritated faster, or the opposite. They just go quiet. They pull back. They stop engaging as much. And one client said something to me recently that really stayed with me. She said, I don't feel sad. I just don't feel much of anything right now. And that's a moment to pay attention to, because that's not peace. That's disconnection. And this is where it starts to impact relationships. Not necessarily in big, dramatic ways, but in small, consistent ones. Shorter conversations, less patience, less presence, pulling away without meaning to. Not because you don't love people, but because you don't have the capacity to show up the way you used to. And over time, life can start feeling smaller, more about getting through the day, less about actually experiencing it. And I want to say this gently, but honestly. If nothing changes, this usually doesn't just fix itself, because the world isn't slowing down. The input isn't decreasing. So without intentional moments of reset, your system stays in that loop. And this is where I want to shift the conversation. Because most people think, I just need to push through. I just need to get back to normal. I need to fix this. But what if this isn't something to fix? What if it's something to listen to? Because your body might be saying, I need a different pace. I need a different rhythm. I need moments where I don't have to be on. And I want to share something personal here. There was a time a couple of years ago where I didn't even realize how far I had drifted from that. I was doing everything, holding it all together, showing up, being the strong one, and from the outside, it looked fine. But internally, something felt different. Not dramatic, not obvious, just subtle. Like parts of me had gone quiet. And what I've learned through my own experience and through working with so many people is, we don't lose ourselves all at once. We adapt, we adjust, we protect, and in doing that, we slowly move away from the parts of us that feel more open, more present, more connected. So, what do? Not overhaul your life, not go cut your bangs, not add more to your plate, not try to control everything happening around you, but start here. Create small moments of safety for your body. That might look like stepping away from constant input, even briefly. Taking a few minutes to sit in silence. Being aware of consciously slowing your breath. Allowing yourself to not be on for a moment. Simple things, but powerful. Because they tell your nervous system you're okay right now. And over time, those small moments begin to add up. You start to feel a little more present, a little less reactive, and a little more like yourself again. And this is why this work matters to me so much. Whether it's through conversations like this, coaching, or the hands-on work I do, it all comes back to helping people reconnect with themselves in a way that feels safe and sustainable. So if you've been feeling more tired than usual, feeling a little quieter, a little off, or just not quite yourself, I want you to hear this. You're not alone, and you're not broken. Your body might just be asking for something different right now. So, if you've been feeling more tired than usual, if you've noticed yourself pulling back a little, if conversations feel a little more like they require more effort, or your energy just isn't what it used to be, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not lazy, you're not unmotivated, and you're not losing yourself. Your nervous system might just be carrying more than you realize. Because it's not always one big thing. Sometimes it's the accumulation, the constant input, the pressure to keep going, even when your body is quietly asking you to slow down. Maybe even for some, it's screaming for you to slow down. And when that goes on for too long, it just doesn't affect your energy. It affects how you experience your life, how you connect, how you respond, how present you feel in your own day. So instead of asking yourself, why can't I keep up? Maybe try asking, what my body might be asking of me right now. Body, what do you need? Because support doesn't always have to be a big thing or a complicated thing. Sometimes it starts with something very simple, a quiet moment, a step away from the noise, a breath that you actually let yourself feel. A reminder that right now, in this moment, you don't have to do anything more. Before we close today, I want to leave you with this question. What might shift for you if instead of pushing through your exhaustion, you responded to it with awareness? Not fixing, not judging it, listening. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'm really glad you're here. And I'll be back with you again next week. Until then, take care of yourself in the ways your body has been quietly or not so quietly asking of you. I send you so much.
Joining us for another episode of the Getting Through the Week podcast with Dr. Kelly Ray. If you're looking to connect with her or schedule an appointment, here's how you can reach her. Follow her on Instagram at AskDrKellyRay. Check out her Facebook page at Dr. Kelly B. Find her on TikTok at Dr. Kelly. Visit her website at drkellyray.com. Or send her an email at drkellyray@gmail.com. Until next week, Dr. Kelly Ray sends you so much love.